your corner. Okay? Good luck. God bless you.
He was 21 years old when that happened, and that has shaped not only the life, but the outlook of Shu Shu Carrington into the focused fighter that he is today. That's 65 more rounds in 11 fights than Shu Shu has been on.
A great step-up fight for Shu Shu Carrington.
Christopher Pitufo Diaz in the bubble. A majority decision loss against Adam Bunos Lopez in a war, also in the bubble.
Likes to dictate the pace, likes to get off with his offense, likes to land, likes to be in control. And he's physically strong too. Carrington's gonna get tested, but you're seeing right now, you're seeing the calmness and the poise of Carrington right now, and he's looking to pick his shots.
Do his work over the process of 30 minutes of action. Nice body work there from Sanchez as well.
Yeah, the reason why he's able to touch Carrington, he's not landing cleanly. He's hitting the forearms. He's just looking busy, staying active. And that can sometimes influence the judges. Just seeing a fighter being active like that.
Xander Zayas will open up the card on ESPN. He's with Mark Kriegel. A world title challenge at 126.
I want you to look how comfortable Shu Shu is along the ropes. You see how very shifty he is, rotating his shoulders.
Shu Shu, who's very comfortable just using his
good body shot right there from
to
Sanchez.
Create space, but that's the one way you slow somebody down, Tim. Go downstairs.
And I like what I just saw from Sanchez. Sanchez just threw the right hand right over the top of the shoulder. There it is again. Good right hand, crisp right hand over the top. That's how you take advantage of that shoulder roll right there.
You like Shu Shu's Philly shell, or did you like Ryan Garcia's better?
That was a scary shell. Ryan Garcia.
That's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shell.
It's going to be a left hook, probably to the liver, coming from Shu Shu. Looks like he's setting it up right now. He's getting Sanchez comfortable, but look at all that body right there from Shu Shu.
Nice jab, that left hook, and Sanchez is in trouble, and Shu Shu Carrington wants to finish the fight right here, right now, in the second round. Woo! And down goes El Alacrancito. The Scorpion has been stung. 10 seconds left here. The toughness of Sanchez to get up from that shot. Trying to hold on to hear that final bell in the second round, and down goes Sanchez once again, and the fight is over. What a finish from Bruce Shu Shu Carrington. It's not over till the bell rings, and that shot came. I think he should have given him a chance to recover, but I don't know if he would have.
He's a monster. Here Sanchez moving right. You see him paw right there, boom. Overhand right over the top. Puts him in a yoga position. Here it is again, just blinding his vision right there, blinding his vision. He changed the levels right there and just loaded up with that right hand. Right on the money.
This is how the fight ended, Tim. Look at that.
Right here is target practice right here. Just looking to place his shots. You see him trying to get in position to land the right shot. And you see Sanchez right there fall on one knee.
For your winner by technical knockout, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
Punches from here on up are good. You both know the rules. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now. Come on, fighting at the bell.
Look, the better the competition, the better Shu Shu fights. And that's true. That's true about a lot of these prospects. Shu Shu walking tall right there. Got clipped, was in the Philly shell. Ooh.
Torres getting to the inside with a three-punch combination against Carrington. Things could really open up. Could this be the year where Shu Shu Carrington, there's a check, catches him with the right hand to close out. Shell defense, you see it going right across that waistband. There's a right hand that's able to sneak under the left elbow. There's a good example of being calm in the pocket right there. There's a lead right hand from Carrington.
Good jab.
Good jab. Snaps back the head of Torres as he came off the hip. Short right hand on the inside. Torres came in, crossed that threshold, back to the jab for Shu Shu. And then a sweeping left hook. As we come to the end of round number 2 to start off this evening. That'll be capped by the WBC 130-pound title fight.
Your opponent can see it. He does it there.
Well, it's got to come up before it goes.
Exactly. Good
There's
shot
that lead right hand from Carrington. And then follows up his work. Jab to the body here. Closing moments of round number 3. Picks up the pace. Good hand speed from Carrington. End of 3. And Torres is a guy, you talk about the experience. Mark, he's had 3 fights scheduled for 10 rounds. And they all went the distance.
Ooh, nice.
See how many rounds just missing with that right hand to the body. Has landed 17 body punches at this point. Punching between the punches.
On Shu Shu. Shu Shu's letting one punch come at a time, and Torres, nice little counter right there from Shu Shu. Picking it up that Torres is actually trying to counter his counter.
Yes.
And he countered him.
A good left hook, and now the right hand connects upstairs. Good offensive output here in the middle of round number 4 from Shu Shu Carrington. Left hand comes back in return from Torres. You can see blood dripping from the nose of Bernard Torres.
Shu Shu turning southpaw. When things seem a little bit off, we're going to see how he delivers.
Good headshot that time on the inside. Uppercut and a big knockdown scored. My, oh my, Shu Shu. Hometown hero. Knockout scored. Devastating power from Shu Shu. Brooklyn born and does it at home. What a statement.
And he said, tonight, it's all about him, and it's all about my fans who come out from Brownsville to show out.
Well, that's what time it is, Bernardo, for these young guys, and really any fighter. You don't get paid for overtime. You don't go looking for the knockout, but if it's there, you're certainly going to take it. And it looks like, with the kind of shots that Carrington is landing in this first round, that he may be getting another quick knockout tonight.
This is his 3rd professional fight. Always under control. Can fight inside the pocket, can fight outside. He has extremely long arms for a 5'8" guy. Honestly, 72-inch reach.
Andujar does too, 71-inch, but I want to be like them. He actually beat Duke Reagan as an 8th seed in the qualifiers, but COVID took his dream away to be an Olympian in Tokyo, and here he is as a pro.
Yeah, that man is like, this kid is like a quarterback with the IQ of Tom Brady.
Hey, you know, Shu Shu's got Brownsville on his trunks. He's just following the footsteps.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Oh, nice stick there from Carrington.
You see the flashy combinations. You see the big single shots from Carrington, but the jab is setting it all up. That's why he's able to eat right now.
That uppercut, the body shot, a short right hand from Carrington.
Andujar has nothing to lose. He's got to let those shots go. He can't become a spectator and allow Carrington to have his way, getting off like this with no answer. Missed a big hook right there.
We'll see that once we move over to ESPN at 10 p.m. Eastern, as Shu Shu moves in with a very nice right hand.
Hey, Mick the Quick Rivers. Mick the Quick Rivers.
Nice stick there from Carrington.
Oh, Willie Randolph.
See, that's the thing. That's the problem with Andujar. He's
Nice
standing.
right hand and an uppercut.
Yeah, he's standing right there. He needs to pick up his feet. He needs to do something different. I mean, you're standing right in front of a counterpuncher, a vicious counterpuncher like Shu Shu. That's what's going to happen. You don't get countered every time. So change things up. Use your feet instead.
He's looking at the shots. He's rolling the shots. He'll get touched every now and again. That's to be expected when you're that close to a punching opponent. But he's landing shots in between the shots of Andujar right there. That's going to discourage him. And if one gets through, this fight might be over.
Yeah, and those uppercuts are very vicious shots. And now he adds a left hook. Does Shu Shu Carrington. He's got every punch in the arsenal. They're fast and they're powerful.
See, but the thing is that
they're landing flush.
They are landing flush, but the thing is that every move that he makes has a purpose. That's the difference. Tactically, this man is fantastic. Woo! It's hard to teach.
Got to be very discouraging for the opponent, Andujar, who had Carrington where he thought he wanted him, and then Carrington dominates the inside.
Keep him in close, work the body, and Carrington has an answer for everything so far. Ooh, nice stick there from Carrington off the feint.
He's anticipating something coming back from Andujar. So he doesn't strike me as a fighter who's falling asleep or getting too comfortable.
Yes, he's nice inside, whether it's the uppercut or the short left hook. A headbutt that caused the cut. Both fighters coming in. There's the clash of heads. Then comes the punch, and you see that it was already open because he knows that Carrington wants to show out in front of his hometown fans, fighting as a pro for the first time in New York City. But he's also got to stay disciplined. Now another headbutt.
Fueled Andujar. He had a nice 15 seconds right there, having pinning Carrington in the corner on against the ropes and landing the combinations. Oh, nice. Ooh. Always puts himself in harm's way. So, I worry about him when he gets in there with big punchers. Will he be standing there, or will he do something completely different and use his feet?
You see Andujar giving everything he's got
to land a punch.
See another headbutt there from Yuri Andujar. Then he gets clipped with a nice uppercut from Shu Shu Carrington.
He don't have the muscles on his head either like I do.
That's true.
Carrington stepping up for the first time to a 6-round fight. This is the 4th round he's been here. We'll see how he does here as the fight progresses. Nice right hand from Carrington.
Yeah, Carrington's not a one-punch guy, knockout guy. More, he has snap on his shots. He can get your attention and get your respect. But he's going to be more a break you down systematically type of guy if he don't produce knockouts. Not with one punch.
He's going to continue to mature. His punch will get stronger. He'll become more accurate, more skillful, and find better ways to set big shots up. And it's really about the punch that you don't see that gets a fighter out of there.
Nice left from Shu Shu Carrington. Now he digs to the body. Right to the body. Carrington now doing work downstairs in round 4, changing the focus of his attack.
And Andujar does not like the favors for him, and he doesn't seem to like it. You see the hands coming down from Andujar, and he's not punching. He's more focused on protecting the body.
He's giving him that body tussing.
And because nobody likes to get hit down there.
Oh, my goodness. The body shots is what set up this
Look
right
at
here.
The legs. And here we see Andujar holding on. Can Carrington put the finishing touches on? Now a right hand from Andujar. Right hand from Carrington. Andujar now trying to dig deep. Half a minute left here, round number 4. Nice jab from Carrington. Kind of shook the legs of Andujar. But Eddie Claudio Dre was this close to stopping the fight there at the end of round 4. And Carrington is in unknown territory. Never been this far in a fight.
Right, this is a good place for him. It's a good place. You got to touch these waters situation. So you want him to touch the waters on the way up, face some resistance, and he's faced some tonight with Andujar, and he's responding well.
Oh, nice uppercut there from Carrington. Charging him about $8 a gallon so far tonight going downstairs.
Carrington setting him up.
It's looking ugly.
That's what he's doing. He's setting him up. He's letting them work. Now using the jab, sticking him on the outside, and here comes the counter.
What a left hook! The leg is bent once again from Andujar. What a finish from hometown Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
Look at this. Check this out. The tactical work is how, when, and why you do things. Everything should have a purpose. There's the right hand over the top of the jab. Left hook right on the money, right on the chin. And then you see the defensive effort after the fact from Carrington. Beautiful slip counter right there to the outside. Boom.
Let's
left hand on the inside.
Let's listen to it in real time because it was devastating. I mean, that's the beauty of those shots, Dre, is that you end up looking up at those lights here at the Hulu Theater, and Shu Shu just shined.
For your winner by knockout, from Brownsville, Brooklyn, Shu Shu Carrington.
Brown January 29th. And he's more seasoned than his record shows, but Bruce Carrington is a name to watch out for. But tonight, he's in with the shark.
And the speed on it and the distance that he's able to deliver on it. You understand you're in there with a mastermind, a chess player, and Bruce Carrington.
And this is a spot where Carrington, Dre, he wants to shine.
Especially coming off of his last fight. That's part of the territory. If you want to be a star, if you want to be a champion, you got to learn how to deal with the pressure.
Don't punch.
Those left hooks finding a home on the chin of Leyva, who tries to land a left hook of his own. High guard from Carrington.
The big knockouts. I want to see you struggle a little bit. I want to see you go through some things. And I want to watch your response. So right now we're seeing Carrington get touched a little bit, but then
I'm just going to say, pay attention to the inside game. A lot of things that Carrington does in the ring, a lot of framework, a lot of posting, a lot of pinning. There's a ton of things that he do on the inside. But what I mean is post, keeping his distance outside sometimes, controlling the head, having head control to set up and line up and frame a shot. He does a lot of that controlling. See? Put his guy in a position right there. Little headlock right there on the chin.
All right, this is our last fight of our ESPN Plus card. Everything leads to Archer Better BF against Joe Smith Jr. Take us into the lab. One thing that each guy has to do. Right now it's Shu Shu Carrington switching things up, starting everything off of a jab. Leyva trying to land an overhand right. And you see the tight defense of the young unbeaten fighter out of Brooklyn, New York.
not just tight defense, but wide eyes. He's watching everything. You can see him inside of those gloves. His eyes look like two saucers, looking at his opponent, make the mistakes. And he's saying, okay, I can't get him right now. If he does it again, I'll get him up the road. And hit Carrington as much as he probably thought he would. He just got hit right there. I'm sure he's felt the power that we've all seen. And things are a bit more complicated than Leyva thought coming into this fight. But he could be piling up points and beating up Leyva in the meantime.
Nice body shot from Shu Shu. Carrington follows it up with a left uppercut. Our main event tonight has potential to become the 2022 Fight of the Year. Here's what both camps had to say about the much-anticipated clash for 3 belts. Sometimes it's power, sometimes it's heart that'll lead you to victory. Dre, we may need all three from both of these champions.
Well, that's what unified championships and undisputed championships should be about. You have to bring your best if you want to get the job done.
Come on, get out of here, guys. Box side here, guys. Fight out of here. Fight out of here. Come on.
And Shu Shu is having a difficult time dealing with that because the Philly shell, you know, when, ooh, nice right hand right there.
Yeah, if you can land 2 jabs and set up an overhand right because you can't get out of range, then that's a perfect way to break down that Philly shell.
The Philly shell, the way you attack the Philly shell is you got to go to the weak side.
I think all of this started because that jab got picked up and he's blinding Leyva. Leyva can't see those rocket shots coming through. Now we're starting to see reactions when Leyva gets hit.
And those shots are landing to the temple of Leyva as he ducks down. I think Shu Shu Carrington understands where the head is going to be.
Sparkle Lee's doing a great job, by the way. She always does a great job. One of the best refs in the business. Doesn't get a lot of people talking about her, but we're going to talk about her tonight. She's doing a good job tonight.
Nice right hand once again from Shu Shu. Carrington sets up a body shot, an overhand right to the temple from Shu Shu.
Yeah, that body shot hurt. See Leyva going backwards and pinning that right elbow right there where that liver shot landed.
And that means that there's opportunities for Carrington to land to the head as Leyva has to hold on here in round number 3.
This fight is close to being over.
Ooh, nice stick from Carrington.
That jab is causing all this trouble, starting in the last round. That jab, flicking jab with the right hand coming behind it. Now we're seeing a power jab from Carrington in those body shots.
And precise and accurate when he decides to throw his combinations. This fight...
Because Leyva is a veteran, And not a veteran, but he's been around. You can tell he's fought before. He's got more experience in his 6 fights, and you gotta respect him until the fight is over.
The body work once again to set up a big shot to put Leyva away. There's that jab. Steps back, does Leyva after taking that right in the chin.
He's firing back. Can't deny that Leyva doesn't have heart. He does. He's taking a beating right now from Shu Shu, but still fighting back and trying to win.
Let's see if he has an answer here, as we see an 87-24 connect difference in favor of Carrington.
Shu Shu wants to end this match. All he has to do is go to the weak side, go towards that left hand, throw those right hands, and come around and start hooking to the head and also the body.
If he wants to get this knockout in this fight. Key component.
Oh, what a jab. It sends Leyva reeling backwards. And when a jab does that type of damage, Dre, it just speaks to Leyva being overmatched here in the 5th round at this point.
Well, he's losing every category right now. He's still in it because of his heart, and he's dangerous because he's throwing punches and anything can happen. But yes, when you get knocked back with jabs like, I think Leyva's ready to go. I think it's a decision away. And the one that holds those keys is Carrington. Yep. He decides this fight is going to be over, it will be over.
Look, when you a fighter, a young fighter at that, and you see the doctor up on the apron, and you see the referee in the corner, and you're looking at your opposition, you know that they're going to stop. You got to see that. You got to recognize that. And I understand that Shu Shu is young. Turn it up, and he can stop this match.
In other words, make the referee do her job here in the last 30 seconds of round number 5. There's that overhand right. Maybe a little bit behind the ear or behind the head. But here comes Shu Shu Carrington. Does he have a flurry in him here in round number 5 that'll make somebody stop this fight? Oh, what a nice right hand from Shu Shu Carrington. Just following Leyva around the ring, trying to punish him. And we'll stay here and listen into Leyva's corner once again. See if somebody decides that they've seen enough. As now there's a big cut. You cannot stop this fight for a cut. Yes, it's a huge cut. You can't stop the fight because of this. What? He can see. Where have you seen that before in boxing? But that's the decision that is made in the corner.
Declaring your winner by technical knockout from Brownsville, Brooklyn, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
Carrington is 4-0 with 3 knockouts. The way I described his knockouts that I got the call, a beatdown of Adrian Leyva last time out, an electrifying knockout over Yuri Andujar, who's knocked out cold, a vicious highlight reel knockout win against Stephen Brown. Do not blink, because Shu Shu's in the house. Jose Argel, his opponent. Well, he was born in Chile, but trained in Puerto Rico for the last 2 fights. 5th fight in the United States, and he's not had an easy go of it. All 4 of his opponents had a combined win percentage of 97 at 32-1, and he's 0-3 against undefeated opponents. So he's been matched extremely tough. And guess what? It gets tougher tonight against one Shu Shu Carrington. But Shu Shu's going to keep it disciplined, contained, but there's power in those fists. Nice body shot there from Argel. Forever Ike. That's in reference to his brother Michael Hayden, who was killed. That was 2014. He was on his way home from the video store, and that is a moment that marked the life of Bruce Carrington and his entire family. It showed Shu Shu that he had to find a better way, and now he's thinking about moving out to Vegas, where he does all his training camps.
Carrington is so smooth, offensively and defensively. Just that small sequence right there where he caught a shot, caught another shot, but he's always watching to try to counter.
Argel was training out there with Henry Lebron, who will be next on this fight card, as well as Orlando Gonzalez, who you saw lose in an upset earlier on the card against Misael Lopez. They got out a day after Hurricane Fiona hit Puerto Rico. Luckily, they were on the eastern part of the island in Aguadilla, and that part of the island wasn't hit hard. beyond just losing power, but parts of the island are still devastated. Out ahead, letting his hands go, but Carrington more precise.
Work your hamstrings. Suéltalo.
Studious first round between these two fighters, and I mentioned that on November 21st, 2014, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington's brother Michael Hayden was killed in a senseless shooting. Now Shu Shu carries Michael with him every fight, honoring him in a very special way. And if you have a chance to see the top-ranked production of Bruce Carrington, Who I Fight For, do yourself a favor, because his father speaks about how he thought that it was only his family that was affected by violence. He realized how prevalent gun violence is in the United States, and it was more important to keep the rest of his kids on the straight and narrow, and boxing has been the way out for Shu Shu Carrington. I agree, and Shu Shu, on top of the talent, a confidence about him, and he's got a mean streak in him that he lets it go in the ring.
I think Carrington might have the best eyes out of all the young fighters. His eyes are always wide open. He's always looking, and I see him catching punches that are thrown at him. His counters are always on point, but he sees things that I'm not sure the other fighters see quite at this stage. They'll get there, but I think Shu Shu may be in the lead in that department.
And he's in the pocket 90% of the fight. And
But
making
that's
guys
because he has those eyes.
Yeah.
He's not afraid. I can see everything.
Yeah,
Let him go.
Dre, we've spoken to champions who get to that level and say, now things are slowing down for me as our head takes that late shot.
Time in.
And here comes Shu Shu. But our head is going to let his hands go. Shu Shu going to the body. There's two right uppercuts. Our head partially blocking those. Not that one.
Good shot from our head.
Carrington understanding he's going to have to break Argel's will. Because Argel's going to be coming at him all night long. And you can see how he's breathing deep. Those body shots getting to him.
Showing it.
Referee Eric Daly had to peel him off of Shu Shu.
Said I'm not letting go. I need to take a couple more deep breaths.
Like, you see how hard this guy hits?
Those 4 shots didn't help either.
There's that body work once again from Shu Shu Carrington. Sets up an uppercut. He's just digging on Argel. Punching through his opponent. Oh.
5 seconds. 6 seconds.
Good lesson for Carrington. Protect yourself at all times. Always be aware. And just because the referee says break doesn't mean that you relax and let your guard down, because that can happen.
Absolutely. We've seen it time and time again. And you don't know what the referee's going to call and not call. He may let it go. And now it's up to Carrington to take justice into his own hands. And he started with the body work there in round number 2.
It's one of the biggest lessons I had to learn coming from the amateurs, because in the amateurs, the referee says break. Everybody has to respect that. There is no real infighting. Nobody's doing anything, crafty or sneaky on the inside. So I came to the pro game, and I thought it was fair game. I thought everybody was going to play nice. And I think Carrington is realizing that in this fight, and he'll realize that moving forward.
Absolutely. It's a gentleman's sport, but everyone's trying to push the envelope as far as they can.
This is a grown man sport, this pro boxing.
Oh, nice left hand there from Argel.
Yes, good shot.
And he's smaller, but, he knows what he's in here for.
He's just got to let his hands go. You can either be a catcher and catch all the shots from Carrington.
The first time we saw Argel was against Haven Brady. He was stopped in the 4th round in Las Vegas on March 26th of this year. Oh, nice double left uppercut from Carrington. And there you see the speed and precision that we talk about.
When Carrington gets going, he gets into that groove. He reminds me of a young Shane Mosley, Sugar Shane Mosley at 135. In your face, explosive. He has a lot of power on him. He's in your face, doesn't let you breathe. He's got shades of young Sugar Shane Mosley.
That's high praise. Hall of Fame fighter. multi-division world champion, beat Oscar De La Hoya. Gave everybody hard fights. Hurt Floyd.
This is what you get. He hurt Floyd. Shane's father used to call that kind of fighting power boxing, and that's what you see from Bruce Carrington. You see him in your face, where he's not taking punishment, but he's right there in the pocket. He'll push you back. He'll get off some quick shots, then he'll get off some power shots. It's called power boxing. Doesn't let you take a break mentally, and he's pressing you.
And that was a nice left uppercut from Shu Shu Carrington. There's that jab once again. Carrington's willing to fight you on your own terms because Argel's in his face, but he's punishing him
5 seconds
in close quarters. 3 rounds in the books. We're halfway through this fight. He was talking about the body work and creating space and not falling into Jose Argel so that he can land his shots and get him out of here, even though he says, I don't want you looking for the knockout.
It's a small adjustment that can go a long way.
60 more punches landed by Shu Shu Carrington with just 28 more thrown at a 52% clip. And Dre, we always talk about when you're landing at a 50+% clip, the knockout is roaming.
Absolutely.
Talk about efficient. That's total punches. 60% of his power punches are landing from Shu Shu Carrington. There's that body shot from Shu Shu, who's more seasoned than his professional record shows and his age.
Carrington has the maturity in the ring and outside the ring. But in the ring, the skill set and the ability of a guy that's got 15, 20 fights, in my opinion.
I just saw Shu Shu shaking his right hand. I don't know if he heard it when he landed on Argel or when Argel twisted it a little bit as he was trying to pull it back. Gonna keep an eye on that.
Like the old trainers used to say, do you have another arm?
He did. He just showed it.
Use
a
it.
Quick spin and pop with the left from Shu Shu Carrington. Hasn't thrown the right since, but he's being efficient with the left.
When you have so many weapons, even if you lose one, like it looks like Carrington may be dealing with right now, you need to pick that right hand up. Excuse me, pick that jab up like he's doing, the left hooks. He's winning this fight right now with just the left hand.
He could win it with just a jab.
He's controlling this fight, excuse me, this round with just the left hand. He's only thrown one right hand since he shook that right hand.
And he made sure he missed that right hand that he threw.
Yeah.
Nice body work from Argel.
Good body shot.
How about that double jab? Upstairs, downstairs, 5 in a row for Shu Shu. Nice left and right from Argel.
Blocked by Carrington.
Yeah. But if he's hitting that right hand, that may do more damage than anything he hit.
5 seconds.
Let's listen in to see if he tells his corner anything about that right hand that he stopped throwing after he shook it.
And he'll start to come forward like he did in the latter part of that round.
Yeah, he'll understand that you've got a one-handed opponent. But even in that last round, just throwing the left hand, 37 out of 60 at a 62% clip. Pretty impressive. And now it's appealing to your intelligence, your heart, and what you've got inside of you that Shu Shu Carrington is having to do here in his 5th professional fight.
And as a trainer, you got to remind him, this is what we're here for. These things are going to happen. It's good that it's happening early so we learn how to deal with it. Go out there, man, and win this fight. Bring us home with just the left hand. Jabs, hooks, body shots. Keep that right hand up for defense. All of these things are needed to get to the mountaintop and stay there.
Body work, uppercut from Shu Shu Carrington. Argel, though, trying to come in, and finally it took almost a full round before Shu Shu threw another right hand.
I think that was instinct. I think that was an accident. I don't think he planned on throwing that.
Stay off each other's heads.
Believe it or not, Bernardo, these rounds right here are more valuable than if Carrington came out here and blew Argel out with a beautiful combination, and we went home. He went home in the second or third round. This is the kind of material you need to see in your fighter come to the surface in order for him to get to that mountaintop and stay there, like I said before. These moments won't make SportsCenter top 10, but they're needed. They're sort of like memorials that are set up, so when the next adversity comes, you say, you remember when you hurt your hand? You saw how we got through that? Well, we can get through this situation the same way.
Now, there's this trouble that Shu Shu has had to overcome, and he'll put it in the bank and understand what he did, how he had to get out of it. Absolutely a teachable moment for Shu Shu Carrington.
He's having to work that brain, in different kind of ways that he wouldn't have had to if he didn't hurt the right hand.
Don't pull him, don't pull him.
And that's really how Carrington is supposed to be using that jab when the right hand is working. We talked about that. Yes, we told him that in his last fight. But when you got so many weapons, that you can forget about the left sometimes.
He's throwing it enough to keep Argel honest here in the 5th round. It could be that, you know, he's starting not to feel as much pain. It's starting to recover.
5 seconds.
That spells bad news for Argel.
Absolutely. And let's see how Carrington finishes out this 6th round. Starts with the body shot. Argel, the left side of his face is completely red from the shots that Carrington was able to land early on with the right when he was two-handed. Argel continues to pressure.
It's the 22nd round of Carrington's pro career.
No punches.
Those last 3 or 4 over the rest of them. Give me those last 3 or 4. After the hand was hurt. You see Carrington throwing that hurt and damaged right hand, but just not with the same power on there. So now he's found a way to bring the right hand back into the fight. But, some power on that one, though.
Yeah. That's 2 right hands that he throws consecutively.
Adrenaline is a powerful thing.
Unfortunately, it wears off at some point. You see the blood coming from the mouth of Argel. Hasn't been an easy night.
That's a good place to throw a hurt hand. It's to the body.
Yes.
In that midsection. A lot more forgiving than the skull of Argel.
As that body work from Shu Shu sets up that overhand right.
I don't have a lot to pick at from Bruce Carrington tonight. He's on point defensively. Yes, he's gotten touched with a few shots. That's to be given. He's responded well. And I didn't see him drop off. I actually saw him pick up the pace and even get more focused. And this is against a game. Argel, not like he has a soft opponent in there tonight. This is a complete performance from Carrington tonight.
He did not allow Argel to take advantage of his one weakness tonight, which was an injured hand. And that's a credit to Bruce Shu Shu Carrington, closing strong here as Argel just would not quit either. And there you see these 2 gentlemen come to the center of the ring.
For your winner by unanimous decision, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
Obey my commands at all times, and most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Touch him up, good luck to both.
And he walks in with that towel cutting right in the middle, over the head. Tim couldn't do that.
No.
But in homage to Mike
Tyson.
Brownsville, New York in the house. Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famers Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward. And Shu Shu.
And the guy he's facing tonight, don't you know, you look at his record and you say, oh, he got this many losses. Oh, what's so 12 losses? He's been in there with some killers, man. Everybody. He has a ton of experience.
and he was active, fought 5 times in 2022, and he knows how to go the distance, Dre. 3 of his 4 scheduled 10-rounders went the distance, and he said, I'm here to grind and test this young kid.
Well, he's not only experienced, but he has nothing to lose.
In his approach.
Nice counter from Shu Shu. It was Lopez trying to set up the counter, but Shu Shu got there first.
But Lopez came back and countered with his own after Shu Shu sat still just for a moment. Hey, that's a hard talent to really master. I mean, nobody likes to be touched. No one likes to operate inside that pocket. But Carrington, he enjoys being close, and he enjoys that mid-range.
He enjoys that close quarter combat.
Yes.
Carrington
nice
is looking
stick
for that sweep left hook where he throws the right hand out quickly.
In the terms of trying to neutralize Carrington as soon as he gets inside, as he's trying to do there. And Carrington trying to fight out. Nice jab from Lopez.
Yeah, even though Lopez isn't winning this fight, I like what he's doing. He's not getting outside himself. He's not trying to do too much. He's got good defense, and he's still in the hunt, meaning...
And you can see how tough he is. I mean, he's competitive.
He's definitely tough. I mean, he does have some pretty good timing with his shots. He's looking to land on the backhand right now.
And he said, as fighters ask questions of me, I'm going to have to answer them. And there he had to answer to a left body shot from Lopez.
My goodness, this fight's starting to remind me of when I fought in the National PAL tournament, and I fought against Anthony Thompson, and I had Anthony Thompson in the ring. I was blazing with combinations early on, and all he would do was focus on my body.
The reality is young fighters are used to facing headhunters, and you see Lopez like a nice right uppercut.
I'm telling you, that body work from Lopez is going to pay some dividends in the next few rounds.
See Lopez dig into the body once again. That's 2 shots, and then the overhand right to the head.
And the veteran typically can't go punch for punch with a young, fast guy like Carrington, but they can counter. They'll get that 1 or 2 punch counter in, and that's what Carrington has to look out for. Well, that's the mentality. You know, when you sacrifice, you have to take it out on the opponent on the other side of the ring. It's not personal per se, but they're the reason.
And the combinations in close quarters. And we see different wrinkles in Carrington's game here. But Lopez continues to be a difficult mark, although he gets clipped there with a nice overhand right from Shu Shu Carrington.
One of the biggest issues for Lopez is the feet of Carrington right there. Good body shot from Lopez. It's the half inch, the angle, the inch here, punching. Carrington stepping to the side, and then Lopez has to find him, and when he looks to the side to find Carrington, there's a punch waiting on him. That's really, really frustrating and discouraging for a guy like Lopez to have to deal with.
Lopez is doing a good job in punching in between the punches of Carrington in spots.
Lopez didn't like that short overhand right from Carrington.
And Carrington's finding a home for his straight right hand now, and it's all based off of that jab.
It's all based off of the jab and the foot positioning, getting his foot on the outside, dominating that position outside the lead foot of Lopez.
There's a little bit of blood on the bridge of the nose of Lopez now.
Psychologically, yes, it will.
Shu Shu just had some success with the left on the inside. Nice, again, with the left uppercut. That's why Lopez ties that one up immediately.
Good learning fight for Carrington tonight. Answered every question that may have been asked of him tonight and passed the test with flying colors.
Goes the distance for the 3rd time in 6 professional fights, and Shu Shu Carrington.
For your winner by unanimous decision, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
All right, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, touch them up, good luck.
A generous man who would go and feed the homeless out of his own pocket, sit there and eat with them, because he told me there was a time in my life where my meals were not assured, so I want to make sure that they know that anything is possible.
You know, I appreciate people that do things, special things like that out of the kindness of their heart.
Empathy.
I do that on the regular, man.
Absolutely.
Honestly, on the regular.
And how can you not like Shu Shu? He's a Dodgers fan. But the Brooklyn Dodgers. Shu Shu was mentioning the fact that nice right and followed up by a left by Shu Shu, and yeah, Chambers felt that.
It's closer to the end than the beginning.
You know, we talked about Shu Shu enjoying the fact that he's on the same card with Shakur, Jared Anderson, Kelvin Davis, Troy Isley.
We may not see this, may not see another round if it keeps going this way, but yeah. Look.
Yeah, he's on shaky legs, and now a left hook from Shu Shu Carrington, who said, I want to stay poised, and I'm going to put my punches together, and that's exactly how he's breaking down Chambers.
All right, I want you to pay attention to how consistent he is. Yeah, check out this left hand right here in the inside. It looked like it was high on the head, right on the forehead. It was more as a cupping shot right there. I don't know if it did a whole lot of damage. It was high on the head. Pay attention to the hand movement inside as well as he's pushing and framing his target and where he wants to be. You see that little dip right there? He's not wasting punches. He's placing every single shot. This is high-level stuff you're seeing right here from.
He said, what you're going to see is continued improvement. My punch output's going to be greater, and my power, because I'm going to be sitting on my punches. And he's digging to the body and finding the openings on Chambers.
Chambers got a tight guard.
Yeah. He's undefeated. He started his career with a draw, and he's won 9 fights in a row, 5 of them by knockout. Oh, nice left hook to the body. It's just upstairs and downstairs work from Carrington as Chambers seems to have found his legs. Oh, I heard that one. It did not feel good.
Chambers is pinning that right arm by that liver. He's definitely protecting it.
Right hand there from Chambers. And another right and left.
That's how forceful that shot was from Shu Shu Carrington.
Brandon Chambers is not only a boxer, but a police officer. 2 jobs that his mother was against him doing. But at the end of the day, he says, I love the adrenaline rush of both. And I love the fact that in my day job, I get to help the youth of Baltimore understand that I came from those same streets and that they can make it too.
Shu Shu's doing the right thing. He cranked it up in the first round. But then he goes back to the corner, and his corner tells him, hey, man, you need to calm down. You need to take your time, set it up. You have 8 rounds to work. And sometimes we fighters, we forget about that.
Now, you know what wasn't easy work was the sparring that Shu Shu was getting in preparation for this fight, because our main event fighter last week, Robeisy Ramirez, who won the featherweight title against Isaac Dogbe, was his sparring partner out in Vegas, so he was getting excellent work.
That explains it all. That explains why Ramirez was so sharp against Dogbe.
Let him go, let him break. Stop. Watch the holding,
Look, the harder you study for a test, the better you're gonna get. And that's what Ramirez did. He called on this young man to get him ready for the biggest fight of his life, because he knows that Shu Shu is talented.
Ooh, short
nice
right hand.
Right hand.
Chambers able to somewhat recover, put those earmuffs on.
Chambers right now, he's just surviving. He's fighting to survive right now. He does have a tight guard. And Shu Shu's having a difficult time trying to get through that and try to penetrate that guard.
Blood now streaming from the nose of Chambers. There seemed to be another headbutt and then a combination of punches from Shu Shu Carrington. Nice body work from Shu Shu. This time, it's very different than the last round. He's taking his time. He's finding his openings or creating them, as Shu Shu has Chambers pinned against the corner, and down goes Chambers.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Chambers doesn't want to get up.
10. That's it.
Fight is stopped by Harvey Dock as Shu Shu Carrington improves to 7-0, earning his 4th stoppage victory, making Brownsville proud once again.
You don't have much resistance coming back, but what you can judge by this performance right here is just the finish. He was able to figure it out. That's what it's all about. You know, Chambers was using that high guard, and he was squatting, leaning forward. He was making it difficult for Shu Shu to land body shots. And occasionally he'll land an uppercut up the middle and splitting the guard. But, you know, great finish right here. He just pummeled him right there in the corner. Let his combinations go. Those shots right there are hard. Hard shots. And just because they're not hitting, you gotta understand, Chambers' gloves is hitting himself in the process.
For your winner by knockout, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
Mental. Protect yourself at all times. Tuck loose. Touch him up.
Shu Shu Carrington just turned 26 9 days after his last fight, which a young man who has to be on the fast track, Dre, because he's 26 years old now.
Yeah, he's a little bit older than some of the younger guys, the 21s, 22-year-olds, but got the mindset, he's got the skill set to do it.
And tonight he's in against a bigger fighter because Luis Porozo at 32 years old, even though they're such big.
Porozo looks a lot bigger than Carrington, not in height, but in stature. He just looks thicker in the body. But Carrington is a very fluid fighter. Doesn't really have a style. He's like water. One minute he's had their own flavor and their own style and their own swag. And New York kids, back in the amateurs, they always seemed older than their age, and they always seemed like they had to grow up fast, and they seemed like old heads even though they were young.
There's that new combination from Shu Shu Carrington and that speed on the inside, and then a left hook from the fighter out of Brooklyn.
Porozo thought he wanted to be there. He landed a shot, or had partially landed a shot that Carrington blocked, then Carrington lit off.
Ooh, nice counter right from Carrington.
High-level stuff right there.
Shoot. Up on the inside.
He doesn't want to commit because he's getting countered like he just did. So now you see Porozo inside hesitating when early in the round he was thrown.
That on the Hall of Famer, former 105 and 108 pound champion, also worked with him. And this young man had 500 amateur fights out of Ecuador. So he
right now, like, when he gets hit with the kind of shots he's getting hit with, or there looks to be a skill differential between the two, he's still got to keep pressing. He still has to go forward and try to think that power in boxing and strength is the only scary thing. Skill can be scary too. When you get hit with 3 or 4 shots and you know you didn't know that, you're trying to figure out how you got hit with that, and then you try to land a shot and you get countered again, that can There's
that right hand from Shu Shu. In close, unnerving. Porozo is now, he uses that same hand, but he goes down to the body. Stick. Blocking that shot with the forearms is Shu Shu.
Carrington is not worried about that. In fact, he wants Porozo to throw. He wants to open him up so he can counter.
Nice body work from Carrington as Porozo tries to answer with a right to the body of his own.
That's what Porozo has.
He has a car that he uses as an Uber back home, and he owns a motorcycle that his family runs as a delivery service, so he's an entrepreneur as well as a fighter. Nice right uppercut from Carrington.
Good exchange from both guys.
Later, as a co-main event on a big card on ESPN, right after our ESPN Plus card, we invite you to move over to ESPN after the UFC show, and then for the interviews, we'll wait for you right here on ESPN Plus for the State of Boxing.
Not be discouraged. Continue to throw. Not really heed the punches of Carrington.
And with 6 losses in his professional career, goes up and down in weight. He was stopped by Raymond Murataya. He also lost to both cousins, Henry Lebron, who just saw earlier tonight, and Orlando Gonzalez by decision of his fighters and up-and-comers, as you see the right hook from Shu Shu Carrington with a right hook.
Walking Porozo down, but he's starting to do that. Starting to bully him and say, you may be the bigger man, but you're not the stronger man, and I'm going to hit you at will.
Yeah, that's a nice. Luis Porozo is no slouch. But he's making him leery of throwing the punches here in round 3 of the scheduled 8-rounder.
But he can't afford to, throw, get hit, and then throw again.
You can. It sounds self-serving.
Yeah.
Like, man, what you talking about? You've never been in there. If you say it, there's some credence to that. Right uppercut there from Shu
needs
Shu.
to get off right there. Don't let Carrington.
Love it when there's that connection between the two, because you're not just yelling at a fighter, you're actually having a conversation and you're showing him and leading him to see what you're seeing.
Right, and it lets you know that the fighter, if he's talking back, that he's calm.
The corner of Porozo, they're saying he wants the box. I need you to rough it up, get inside, but then you risk getting clipped with the uppercut like Carrington just landed, although Porozo finally was able to get a couple shots in.
That's where Porozo wants to live. Dangerous spot, but so is being mid-range or outside. There's really no safe spot with Bruce. Can't let a shot go. Just like that.
Ooh, and that's exactly what Kei Kuroma asked for. Why aren't you bumping him when you're on the inside, creating that space and setting up? Bump and punch.
Carrington is dangerous when he feels like he's got his fighter. Ooh, on the way, hurt and reeling. Punch selection is time.
Porozo right now looks lost.
Well, he's being outskilled. He's been hurt. And he realizes that his size, good shot from Carrington.
And that was a left. Now bleeding from the mouth is Porozo, who now takes another right uppercut from Shu Shu, and it's becoming target practice, going downstairs and upstairs now.
Carrington, he lets the shot go, and it typically lands flush. Good sneaky right hand right there, but that's what Porozo has to do. He's got to throw when Carrington throws or right after Carrington throws.
When talking to Josh Taylor in the lead up to this fight, which is our main event, Teofimo Lopez did hold his words in his assessment of Josh Taylor. Respective spots, and referee Sean Clark says, show me something as we come out for round number 5 of a scheduled 8-rounder. Shu Shu Carrington looking spectacular so far against Carrington with a stick, trying to open up the defense of Porozo. This young man has been on YouTube since he was 6-7 years old. And you can tell when you speak with him, he's just very poised, knows what he wants, newly in.
Watching any of his fights, they shouldn't do that. And they should realize that it's not about bulk. What does he do in the ring? How does he move his opponents? What kind of power does he have? And he's shown that he's plenty strong, and he will even get stronger.
Nice left hook from Porozo. Good feint, and then landed left.
He only landed it because he threw it.
What was it Jordan said? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Carrington's shoulder right hand tried to get one over on Porozo and land a hook. But
pace slowing down a little bit here in round number 5. Porozo not willing to throw, and Shu Shu looking for the openings. Creates a double.
You see Carrington trying to think his way through this period of the fight. Now, Porozo's not going anywhere, and Carrington got some work in front of him.
That was a nice short left hook from Carrington as Porozo tried to commit with the right hand.
To do different things right now to get the right shot through on Porozo.
And you saw that exaggerated reaction from Porozo on the feint of Carrington, so he's got him flinching.
Yes, he does. And if I'm Carrington, I go back to that good exchange right there. Good punches landed from Porozo. But if I'm Carrington,
Porozo's tough. Takes a shot to the body there from Carrington, though.
Guys like Porozo won't lay down. You got to help him. You got to help him out the door. But
and it may be what you were saying, Dre. A little bit of, you know, just being bored in there, and those are the little mistakes that Kei Kuroma was alluding to that can cost you.
I think Carrington and Porozo's time that he feels that you're going to throw hard. So for the most part, he can evade the punch or brace for it. Carrington needs to pick up his punches. Different cadence. Porozo has picked up on that as well. That's a different cadence right there. That's what he needs to continue to do.
It up, many ways to say it. And that set up a nice body shot from Carrington on Porozo. That left hook to the solar plexus. Porozo, who's fighting for the 11th time in the United States. Good conversation with Keiko Roma in the corner. Pull down the guard of Porozo to set up his overhead shots. There's that jab from Shu Shu.
These kind of fights for young fighters on the way up can't have early knockouts all the time. You can't make it on SportsCenter top 10 all the time and expect to be ready when you face top contenders and then ultimately other champions. You need to think through some stuff. You need to have a little bit of hardship. And I'm not saying Carrington has had much hardship tonight, but he's having to think through some stuff. He's landed some good shots, and Porozo's still here. This is good for the young career of Bruce Carrington.
When you get a fighter who can take your best shot and keep coming at you, that's something that then forces you to figure out different ways of doing it, and that's what Keiko Roma was alluding to in the corner, switching it up. Do when he has to take a deep breath, and we just saw him take a deep breath.
Or when something's not working, like you see here, Porozo's got a good, veteran, crafty defense. He's not super.
Good job by Sean Clark tonight as well. Nice left to the body and then left uppercut. You saw the quickness that in this building we've seen Tito Trinidad deliver on so many occasions. That double left hook.
Dominate and still learn and ultimately still win in the process.
That's a nice check left hook as Carrington was countering, and now he's digging downstairs.
Yes, I like the whole combination, the sequence, and the punch selection from.
You talk about steps in the right direction. That's exactly what we're seeing from Shu Shu Carrington here in the 7th round as he connects on round 8, the final round between Bruce Carrington and Luis Porozo. What would you like to see in this final round out of Shu Shu?
I think he's gotten beyond himself and gotten too wild because Porozo's crafty enough to counter. He's doing. I think the poise and the patience is my biggest takeaway from Carrington in this fight.
I hear about a fighter in his 8th professional fight. You want to hear poise, patience, but you want to see this type of action, digging downstairs to the body, creating oaks to the head.
But I like it because there's going to be some nights where this is all you're going to get for 12 rounds, not just 8 when he steps up to championship round. And the crowd may boo, they may be displeased, but it's about winning and moving on to the next assignment. Though Carrington is stepping it up right here and is putting himself in.
Eyes are focused on the reactions from Luis Porozo here with a minute left.
Carrington has his eyes fixed to the body of Porozo, but he really wants the shot to the head.
He's waiting for one punch and to just pounce. He's so close. That's the 3rd time this round, and there it is. A 2-punch combination with 43 seconds left, Dre. It's premature.
I'm not sure what that was about right there. Porozo hadn't shown anything that he hadn't shown throughout the fight. He's taken all the shots well. He may stumble back, but his facial expression didn't change. His eyes weren't, dilated or big. From what I saw, he seemed to be just fine, and the fight was almost over. I'm not sure what that was about.
Yeah, you got to give.
He kind of tipped himself off because he kept saying, "Show me something." It's a half little shot right there. Good shot right there, 2-piece. I mean, you get hit with a 2-punch combination like that, you're gonna stumble back, but I'm looking at the eyes of Porozo, and he blocked actually the left hook. He's fine enough to push the ref back and sort of argue with him. It's a bit.
Winner by technical knockout, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
5th knock.
Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. There's the foul line. There's the foul line. Touch your gloves. Go with the bell.
Him looking down on me doing what I'm doing.
There's no doubt about it. He's looking down on him. And he's saying, son, I like what I see. Shu Shu ain't coming. From inside the pocket. That's where he does most of his work. Mid-range to inside. And as you can see, the elusiveness already making all those jabs miss from Contras.
13 because my dad was a boxer. And my style is a more refined Mexican style. I'm not just a brawler. I had feint.
But that's what he was looking for, the right hand over that jab.
And he set up a nice right uppercut, did Shu Shu. Contras putting the pressure on, digging to the body.
A lot of those punches are being blocked. That shot right there landed for Torres. Beautiful. The jab, and he shot it 3 times to the body.
Nice combination punching from Contras, who owns his own gym, Cachorro Bar, out in Monterrey, Nuevo León. And he's been with them since he turned pro. Being considered one of the next great prospects in the sport can come with a lot of pressure, and while that might be too much for some, Shu Shu Carrington, his length as a fighter, 72-inch arm length, allows him to not only protect the head like he's doing there, but the body at the same time. That's such a great advantage for a long featherweight like Shu Shu Carrington, who now is digging to the body of Antonio Contras.
You know, his long arms can cover up in front of you, block, and then hit you with a jab on the way out.
Yep. Shu Shu with a cachorro means cub. Nice right hand. He's the cub because his dad was a fighter.
Hands. Every now and then he'll dig down to the body, and you see right there just reacting. That's called catching, blocking shots, and countering.
You're talking about Shu Shu's groove, but what groove do you see in Anderson? And take an opener at 10:30 Eastern on ESPN. Nice combination counter from Shu Shu Carrington.
With Contras.
And I just saw something that reminded me of Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence.
It's a message to your opponent as well.
Absolutely.
Sends a message. Ooh, look at that, getting off onto the angle right there.
That double. Look at that defensive prowess. Pairing punches, catching them with the gloves.
Stop, hold his head off.
Dude slobbering all over himself, King.
That's
the
what
water in there.
I mean, that's what I used to do, slob all over it. I mean, I used to get water, man. For some apparent reason, I need a whole lot of openings. You know, when he does let his hands go, oh my goodness, look at that. Up and down, switching, going to the left, going to the right, going down to the body, stepping back. It's good work, but what I'm saying, he's just so tight with his defense and defense after his counters. It's hard to land. He usually lands or attempt to land something when Shu Shu is standing still and covering up in the pocket like this. It's discouraging. It really is. And Contras is standing in this fight, and Contras has got a little high guard of his own to open up Contras. He's trying to look for the left hook to the body. That's what he's looking for. He's trying
to land from the outside. Now trying to get more intimate on the inside, but he's made to pay for that.
The problem could come for Shu Shu. Maybe not. I don't know. When you get in there with a guy that has punching power, I'm talking about heavy hands.
The other plan was for July 1st to be a fight between Jared Anderson and Jean Kosobutsky, who was not able to.
When Shu Shu uses his jab, he can control the outside, and he can set up punches from the outside. And more often, he will literally shut down everything that Contras is trying to do. But you see, you give him hope when you sit still. I know a lot of those shots are not landing, but he's still putting energy into you. Understand that?
Angel Contreras' corner, Armando Cerda Salinas, is asked for body work. But that means he opens himself up to a counter right. And you see the quick hands of Shu Shu Carrington, who lands about 7 unanswered punches.
And so another thing that this defense does right here in the inside, when he goes into the high guard, is it allows your opponent to hit you and hit you on a
hotel and casino in Tulsa. The defensive responsibility and quick Cobra-like counter from Shu Shu Carrington with that overhand right. And there the feint, and it was pretty much, now what am I going to do? And he could do whatever he wanted.
Honestly, whatever he wants. Shu Shu, he's literally ready for 10 rounds right now.
Fighters, we just saw Abdullah Mason earlier tonight. Top Rank has so many great blue chip prospects, a lot of them on your, double stamp list. Prospect. The fact that he doesn't always go for the knockout. He's got 2 straight decision wins. Is that something?
This skilled and this good, and he's going to get stronger and stronger. And he's going to find creative ways to get guys like this up out of there. As you can see right now, still has a few rounds to go to soften this man's gym. It's the way you get better.
I mean, his conditioning, he says, I love the fact that I'm not in New York where I got to go up to the Poconos, drive over 2 hours. From Vegas, it's a 40-minute drive up to Mount Charleston, get my altitude.
His patience, poise, The way he's picking his shots, not rushing. He's in total control. Not good enough. And then you're just pounding on him. You see, and you start wearing him down and you start beating on him mentally. That's what it is. You beat on him mentally and physically at the same time.
That body work.
Man, did he just do 3 left hooks?
Yep. That's to AI Carrington. Artificial intelligence, man. Although for him, it's natural. It's instinctive. It's who he is. It's who he was born to be. Look at that slapping right shot. And then the left hook.
Why he's doing it, what he's doing at all times, under control.
And you know the other thing, Tim? When a guy goes back, reading the game consistently or constantly and adjusting. Now, Contras didn't come to lay down, and that's why we are now in the 7th round of an 8-round fight.
Contras is getting outclassed,
yes.
Totally outclassed. Now, if Shu Shu had that one punch, one hit quitter, of course, that will help his stock even more.
Ooh, look at that liver shot.
But to the boxing, see, we talk about experience all the time, and
that left uppercut, Tim. Go ahead. Experience.
It's that you can figure that out and know what not to do, when to do it. The better off you'll be.
I'd rather quick combination on the inside. Let's Cachorro throw his shots and then makes him pay with the uppercut and a right hook. So let's see if Shu Shu can follow the instructions that Kei Kuroma gave him. Use the jab in the early part of the round and then take it to him using angles. Ooh, jeez. That's a power jab.
Disrespectful.
Ooh, nice right uppercut from Shu Shu. Going down to the body. And here comes a body work from Shu Shu, right and left.
And the angles behind it.
Okay, Kuroma told him, hey, Contras cannot handle the angles.
Good valuable rounds right here for Shu Shu Carrington. His competition.
Who we saw in Japan just recently. So he's in with some dogs in Vegas, some champs. And he is destined to become
of your winner by unanimous decision, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.
So Shu Shu.
When you're ready, you know the rules. Let me remind you to keep it clean, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Officially, he was put into this bout on Wednesday. Unofficially, he really had 10 days notice. However, you could go back weeks and weeks because the original opponent, Degrassia, had been training, had been getting ready to be on another card, and was given advance notice. Hey, be on standby just in case.
Working. When you're staying in the gym, it's easy to get ready for fights. He has a ton of experience, Tessitore.
You can already see Carrington finding that range defensively, able to use that upper body movement to get out of the way from Degrassia's efforts. Co-main event on national TV. Coming to the end of round number 1 with Shu Shu Carrington and Degrassia. Good exchange to close it out. Then our main event.
Just letting his hands go. That's how he is. He's very spontaneous in there. And he can be spiteful at times. You know, he'll let his hands go. And the more he start building confidence, he starts getting tougher and tougher. Shu Shu has to put something back in his face. Bryce, nice right hands.
Enough calculated risk. He admitted, he said, I know I cannot go out there and outbox him. So, to your point.
Good combination right there.
Three-punch combination.
Yep.
Comes lunging in with the left hook.
Yeah, but
and there's the right hand.
But where's the jab? Where's the jab at from Shu Shu? Shu Shu seems like he's just looking to set him up for one shot. He's looking for one punch. That's it. Good defense again from Shu Shu Carrington, but not enough offense coming back.
Tried to time that right uppercut between punches.
So what Shu Shu's trying to do, he's trying to get him to work. He's trying to get him to overwork himself, wear himself down. And
oh, good left hand!
There it is.
Shu Shu lands a left hand at the end of round 2.
I'm going to catch you. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to stop you. Good right hand. Good jabs right there from Degrassia. Just pay attention to see how Degrassia moves.
Let him go.
Didn't take advantage of all the time that he was allotted.
That's all right. That's all right. You good? Let's go. Pick him up.
Ooh, sharp right hand, timed well.
Nice, just rolling the shoulders right there.
And then a left hook to the body.
Oh,
he got caught as he tried to open up with an uppercut. Degrassia said, I'm going to take some risk. From Eric Dolly, the referee. Excellent action to close out round number 3. Round 4, Carrington with a 38-30 connect advantage to this point against a very active, very game Brian Degrassia.
You know, that's his ultimate goal, is to get in the ring with one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the game. You know, I don't knock it, you know, but you got to continue to climb.
Bernardo Osuna, what are we hearing from the corner of Degrassia?
Former fighter Juan Mosquera wants him to start with the jab and stop lunging.
Again, that left hook is what he's looking for. Ooh, big shot. Combination on the inside.
3-punch combination, came back with the right hand.
Okay, come on. Don't look for the whole run shot all the time.
And the ability defensively to get out of the way.
But if you misjudge or mistime one of those punches, they can get in there. That right hand can get in there.
Brownsville swagger with Olympic pedigree, and I have no doubt his coach, Kay Caroma, says people will be studying him the same way he studied Emil Griffith one day.
Counter right hand.
His last fight was here in New York back
nice
in February.
roll. He hurt him with that body shot. I was right in the spleen, Tess.
There's that left uppercut.
Looking a little arm weary. Doesn't have that power, that much power on his shots like he did early on. Nice right hand. Uh-oh. Here it is. Shu Shu. And Shu Shu now understands, and he's now coming forward. No, that's a part of boxing as well. You got to be able to sense that.
See the blood?
And that killer instinct. Here it comes.
Here he comes. Shu Shu Carrington turning it on here and scores the knockdown.
He smelt it. 8. That was a big last round for Shu Shu Carrington right there. Just stepping out, half a step back to create that space for that right hand. But when he decides, Tess, to let those hands go, he's accurate. He's precise with these shots, deadly with these shots. Degrassia did everything that he possibly can to try to stay on his feet. However, Shu Shu landed that right hand right there that knocked the equilibrium off of Degrassia. Nice uppercut. Good inside right there, work from Shu Shu.
See the damage. Left hook lands. Just missed with the right hand. Digs to the body, doubles it up. Downstairs and upstairs.
Yeah, Shu Shu's right brain. He just smart.
What, did he want that left hook, Timmy?
That's what he wants. Either pull or roll.
The right hand's been on the target. There's a combination. Oh, Shu smiles and shakes his head. Punches hasn't landed many of them, only 11%. There's a 2-punch combination. Tried the up jab.
There it is.
There's that right hand you said to look out for. Another short right hand. Comes back with it.
I think the uppercut's coming next, Tess.
More blood streaming from the nose of Degrassia.
Right. The last 2 rounds, and Shu Shu just taking full advantage of it right now.
Right hand to the body, just on that belt line.
It's special, Tess, when you're comfortable inside the pocket like that.
Sends him off balance again in the final seconds of a round. Shu Shu Carrington, undefeated Brooklyn fighter in control. Right hand that had him off balance. It was just near the ear, affecting his equilibrium. Took more damage in round number 6, and you see him go to the body here in round number 7.
Let's see if Shu Shu can figure something out to be able to corner him. Showing a new wrinkle. I didn't know he can switch southpaw, Tess.
Well, he's in such control. Hands are down, and he lands that.
For Degrassia.
There's a combination on the inside, and he nearly puts him through the ropes. Second knockdown scored.
6, 7, 8. Dos pasos al lado. Dos pasos al lado. You want to continue? Continue.
No, he didn't go down. However, the ropes, if they weren't there, he would have went down. Nice short right hand, just combinations. Getting Degrassia out of position. Just on the retreat right now, just trying to survive these last couple of rounds. Remember, short notice. 10-day replacement. But a nice, crisp, short right hand in that combination right there. Caused trouble. There it is. He would have went down if the ropes weren't there.
Shu Shu giving a look that he could finish it at any time.
Oh,
Let's see if he
and
does.
he hurt him. Did you see the legs?
Sweeping left hand.
Oh. Shu Shu toying now. He's just toying with him now.
That was his nickname. Always on the trumps of Shu Shu Carrington. So many family and friends here at MSG tonight to see this next step in what many feel
Shu Shu right now still being defensively responsible right now, although he's in total control right now, and seems like he sees the punches coming before they even thrown. But if he gets too complacent at times, he can get caught. Degrassia, he's fighting back. He's trying to fight back in spurts. He might land one here or there, but Shu Shu's in total control right now.
Degrassia trying to circle and continue to circle here in round number 8. Shu Shu finally corrals him. Uppercut on the inside. 3 left hooks, and this fight is over. As he says, right here in New York City.
That's the reason why Degrassia was getting away. But when he started to put him, he had him on the ropes, he started putting punches together, then you force the referee to have to do his job and protect Degrassia. But this is a nice finish right here. Slow-paced fight, just took his time. Great headshot, yes it was. But just taking his time, systematically breaking down Degrassia. Excellent finish right there from the young, talented Shu Shu Carrington.
The rising featherweight contender who hopes to fight for a title and claim a belt in the next half a year. And if you look at the landscape.
For your winner by technical knockout from New York City, Bruce Shu Shu Carrington.